From Big 12 Conference Media Days, Tony Caridi along with Mountaineer head coach Rich Rodriguez. He has just left the podium. You seemed...
I'm glad I finally get to interview somebody that's really important, Tony. I mean, waited half a day for you to come here. But it's good. It's good. Finally, the most important guy to interview with is right now in front of me.
Well, thank you so much. I was thinking while you were up there, you've now hit for the cycle. You've done Big East Media Day, you've done Big 10 Media Day, Pac-12 Media Day, now Big 12. That's the cycle. Okay. You seem completely relaxed and at ease. Why are you so comfortable?
Well, I've been like Forrest Gump. I've been in the bayou, been out in the desert, been back around coast to coast, so I'm back home now. It's settling. I've got a good staff put together. I really like the way the players have bought in, playing hard. We got a lot of question marks, which makes you a little nervous, but hell, we'll figure it out. You know, we got time to practice in August, and I think our guys are willing. Like, you know, you never really know for sure because there hasn't really been tested. We only been on a hill one time, you know, and the hill kicked our ass. But we're going to be all right.
So when you look back on it, and as you said, you'll have 70-ish players that are new to the program this year. If it was 15 or 18 years ago, would you be as mentally comfortable going into this as you are now?
No, because you wouldn't have. We brought in some older guys, some seniors. We got a big senior class, which they've got to buy in. They got to have the right culture, but they're also grown men. And so from a maturity standpoint, Tony, I'm not, you know, if you would be worried about it, if you're playing a bunch of 17, 18-year-old kids, you know, now there's going to be some guys, some grown men that we have to teach our system, our culture, and all that. But at least from a maturity standpoint, they're already there.
Let's talk quarterback, and that obviously is the central figure of any football team. What has to happen when you start practice in late July for the candidates to convince you that they are the guy or the guys that you will use during the season?
Yeah, it's really going to be a hard evaluation every day. You know, especially when we start practice and doing 7-on-7 against the defense. And typically, I don't let my quarterbacks, the top 2 or 3, get live in August. I may have to let them do a couple of days live because I got to figure out because some guys are better when it's live, right? And I've learned that over the years as well. So we've got to figure out. What I do like is that we have a room full of guys I think that are talented enough to win with, and that's a good thing. And I also think we've got a room full of guys that are willing to be great competitors and to be a willing runner as well as a passer. So, you know, it's going to be a fun August. You know, we got a couple guys with some experience I feel good about. There's more. I'll put it this way: there's other positions I'm more concerned with at quarterback, which is a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's interesting. What moves the needle for you? What are the absolutes that swing it over to who becomes your quarterback?
Really, just the guy that executes the plays. I mean, that sounds like coach speak, but it's not like who can make the longest throw or who can make the fastest run. It's who can execute the offense. And part of the difficulty for these guys' defense is that they're all new in it. They're all freshmen in this offense. So Rhett and I and Pat and Travis and all of us together are going to all put our work in and get our guys to understand it. They've done some really good work so far, and there's not like they're coming in. The freshmen kind of have a little bit of a blank slate, but these guys have been taught a little bit too. So, you know, we're not that far off.
What did you learn last season at Jacksonville State with 60 newcomers that cost you an 0-3 start? What did you learn a year ago that you won't let happen again?
Well, I really thought we were ready. And even when we started 0-3, I was confused because we were working hard. I thought the pieces were there, but I thought we did too much. I'm talking about scheme-wise. You know, on offense and defense, I thought it was too much stuff for so many new guys, and they weren't comfortable doing it. And so I don't want to make that same mistake. I mean, we got to do what we do, and we do a lot of stuff on defense. On offense, you know, we go to high tempo, and that's non-negotiable. But we got to try to simplify it to the point where we can execute better.
Last question for you. As you said, you might let the quarterbacks go live a little bit in August. What else will you do in a shortened time period, perhaps that wouldn't be customary, to make sure you guys are ready?
We'll probably have to do more team oriented things that were typically you might do some good on good, maybe 15, 20 minutes. We're probably going to have to do a little bit more. And that's for two things, not just for our offense, but for our defense to get lined up quicker and get lined up to our tempo. And we think that's another way to get in conditioning without them knowing they're getting in conditioning is doing a lot more team. So we'll probably have a lot more team periods, good on good early in camp, not for conditioning, but also for evaluation.
Appreciate the time, buddy.
Thanks, Tony.
Head coach Rich Rodriguez from Big 12 Conference Media Days.